Hello, and welcome to Sony Australia and New Zealand's launch stream for the absolutely momentous Alpha 7S Mark III. My name is Sean Elwood, I'm the Demand Creation Manager at Sony Australia, and I am thrilled to finally be able to share this with you. We'll be crossing to the global stream in just a moment, but we also have some local content we want to share. We put a pre-production Alpha 7S Mark III in the hands of local filmmaker Benn TK, and he has made something awesome. So we hope you'll stick around and check that out with us after the main stream. With that said, let's cross over now and find out more about the Alpha 7S Mark III.
Alpha.
Now the long wait is over. Today, we are proud to introduce a new full-frame mirrorless camera, the Alpha 7S Mark III, which will completely change the way creators can see the world. A new dimension of visual experience starts from here. The Alpha 7S Mark III is a complete redesign of the whole S-series system. Everything is new, including the image sensor and processor. Our goal is to meet and exceed expectations of the creators who've been waiting so long for this camera. Since its sensational debut back in 2014, sensitivity has been the root of the Alpha 7S series. Carrying on this legacy, the new Alpha 7S Mark III opens the unknown world of visual expression thanks to a newly developed Sony Exmor R back-illuminated CMOS sensor. To assure overwhelming picture quality, the new image sensor has 12.1 megapixel resolution, securing a large pixel size. Now, evolved with a back-illuminated structure, it produces the best ever 4K quality combined with high sensitivity. Pixel size matters because a large pixel is indispensable for shooting high-quality movies. The larger the pixel, the more incoming light with less noise, resulting in higher picture quality for all kinds of shooting occasions. On top of the legendary S-series standing for sensitivity, the 7S Mark III has been enhanced with speed as well. The new image sensor boasts twice the data readout speed and a new focal plane phase detection autofocus system. The back-illuminated structure benefits not only in increased sensitivity, but also the data readout speed performance. In addition, a large amount of autofocus data can be transferred in real time. These improvements will greatly expand shooting capabilities and expression. To realize supreme imaging experience and versatile operation, a new image processing engine has been created, the Beyond's XR. This consists of two different processors combined and enhances up to 8 times higher processing performance compared to the conventional system. The innovative new engine is born with a new architecture, having capacity aiming for future imaging experience. By combining the performance of the new image sensor and the new image processor, an enormous amount of data processing in real time can now be realized. This initiates a whole new dimension of visual expression. What is a new dimension of visual expression? The new Alpha 7S Mark III boasts the best ever supreme 4K movie quality in Alpha history. The Alpha 7S Mark III utilizes the rich data of full pixel readout without pixel binning or line skipping in every 4K recording format for every recording frame rate. The astonishing sensitivity performance allows creators to have more flexibility than ever to control exposure while maintaining beautiful picture quality. This is true for all lighting conditions. Performance in low-light situations have been improved on average 1 stop or more in mid to high ISO range when shooting S-Log3. The dynamic range is a wide 15+ stops for movies, allowing you to capture from shadow to highlight in various shooting scenes and conditions, and offering excellent flexibility during the post-production process. A new addition is the 10-bit depth, which has 4 times richer gradation compared to 8-bit, and 4:2:2 color sampling is available in every recording format and frame rate, either in 4K or Full HD. The Alpha 7S Mark III offers all intra-frame internal recording with the new XAVC SI format for both 4K and Full HD, up to maximum 1200 megabits per second when shooting 4K 5x slow motion in slow and quick mode. Think of the benefits of combining all of these capabilities together. These features are all applied to the highest frame rate of 120p. Internal recording up to 120p in 4K and 240p in Full HD is realized. And the onboard slow and quick mode provides high quality but convenient in-camera processed slow motion recording and instant playback up to 5 times in 4K and 10 times in Full HD. All the latest Sony's autofocus technology, cultivated with Alpha, has been transplanted and evolved in Alpha 7S Mark III. Autofocus in movies is available in every recording format and frame rate, including 120p, where precise autofocus is required. You will experience the new shooting style, operation, workflow, and visual expression, overturning the common sense of manual focus control, opening the age of autofocus in movie shooting. The camera includes Sony's industry-leading AI-based real-time IAF, which has been refined to perform 30% better. Real-time tracking is also possible with the touch of a finger. Autofocus performance of Alpha 7S Mark III is not realized by the body itself. Lenses must equally respond as well. With over 50 native E-mount lenses, the Sony Alpha lens lineup is ready for the overwhelming movie autofocus and image performance when combined with the new camera. With all these advanced features combined together, the Alpha 7S Mark III will surely keep you inspired to create images like no other. This footage has been shot at 120p and edited to 5 times slow motion. Note how every single frame is in focus, even with such a shallow depth of field, even at an amazing sensitivity. When shooting 120p, your shutter speed needs to be higher, meaning sensitivity becomes even more essential for high frame rate shooting. Again, the large pixel does matter. For professional works, post-production workflow is critical. The Alpha 7S Mark III offers a variety of features to support this. The Alpha 7S Mark III includes S-Log2 and S-Log3 gamma curves, and the S-Log3 achieves up to 15+ stop dynamic range with 10-bit depth expandable to ISO 160. S-Log3 matching with professional camcorders in colors and tones has been improved for multiple camera operating scenes with Sony Cinema Camera Venice or professional camcorder FX9, for instance. The Alpha 7S Mark III also allows unprocessed 16-bit raw output to an external device over HDMI with frame rate selectable up to 60p. A full-sized HDMI Type-A terminal provides a more secure connection with simple compatibility with other HDMI devices. The Alpha 7S Mark III adds XAVC-HS format recording using HEVC or H.265 codec, which has approximately doubled compression efficiency. It has an option for the convenient and instant workflow onboard hybrid log gamma, where you will experience finer gradation and smooth highlight roll-off thanks to the 10-bit color depth. In addition, Creative Look. The camera features 10 types of in-camera presets available for both stills and movies. This is helpful for quick delivery and saving you time without post-production. The whole system is redesigned for professional visual expression and operation. The Alpha 7S Mark III includes optical 5-axis image stabilization, which has been greatly enhanced with the new active mode dedicated to movie shooting, keeping 4K quality. It offers you very smooth and stable gimbal-like footage, especially when Sony's native wide-angle lenses are mounted. Please see this handheld footage stabilized only by in-camera active mode when walking straight. When shooting 4K, the new image sensor and processing engine reduce rolling shutter 3 times more than the Alpha 7S Mark II. Please see the result of minimized rolling shutter effect. For high-quality expression, the Alpha 7S Mark III utilizes plenty of data, inevitably generating much heat. In order to minimize thermal limitation, effective heat dispensation measures have been newly developed, allowing for extended continuous 4K recording. For instance, the camera can shoot 4K 60p 10-bit 422 all-intra for over an hour until the battery ends. Additionally, the camera's multi-interface shoe supports digital audio interface for superb audio quality. Audio signal is digitized in the microphone and directly transferred to the camera in clean digital form without the need for external power supplies or connection cables. When the XLR K3M adapter is attached via MI shoe, this combination provides you a choice of capturing future-proofed 4-channel 24-bit recording in linear PCM audio internal of the camera. The new Alpha 7S Mark III features a vari-angle articulating monitor that rotates sideways and affords plenty of freedom for movie shooting. It can also be folded back in to protect itself when not in use. The monitor's touch operation capability also contributes to easy focus operations during movie shooting. You can also temporarily activate autofocus by the touch operation to override manual focus mode. The upgraded focus function includes customizable AF transition speed and subject shift sensitivity, which allows ideal rack focus expression even with autofocus. These settings are synchronized when using touch focus control as well. Widen your range of expression by leaving it to the camera. The camera has a completely redesigned menu system as well, which can be operated via the new touch screen. Parameters can be instantly selected by directly touching them on the display. When movie mode is selected, the menu is changed to movie-dedicated configuration. Also, settings such as exposure and focus mode are stored independently for the still and movie modes. The Alpha 7S Mark III is also designed for photography with superior low-light capability. The new camera features the world's largest and highest resolution EVF, a 9.44 million dot OLED display with 0.9 times magnification. The camera delivers low noise throughout the camera's amazing sensitivity with refined color science thanks to the new Beyond's XR image processing engine. The newest autofocus technology and algorithm are applied for still image shooting as well. 759 AF points and 92% area coverage with low light AF capability as low as EV-6. And 10 frame per second continuous shooting works with AF and AE mechanically and electronically for up to 1,000 consecutive uncompressed RAWs. For stress-free rapid data recording, the Alpha 7S Mark III has dual slots, both of which supports the SDXC UHS-2 card, and the Alpha 7S Mark III also adopted the world's first CF Express Type A memory cards, developed for the next generation of cameras for high quality and speed where enormous data writing is necessary, for example 4K 120p all-intra recording. Thanks to its compact size, no dedicated slots are necessary, meaning each card slot can accept both SD card and CF Express Type A. The new compact CF Express Type A card offers 700 megabytes per second write, 800 megabytes per second read speed, and are available in 80 gigabytes and 160 gigabytes. Also, a new card reader for the CF Express Type A and SD card will be available. One mount promises many benefits. The new Alpha 7S Mark III is part of Sony's powerful E-mount system, which includes 57 lenses that are compatible across not only the Alpha series, but also with our professional camcorders, whether they are full frame or Super 35. There is a lot more to explain, but let us finish the presentation here. Please take a note on many other exciting enhancements and features as shown. Imagination in motion.
Pretty incredible stuff, and it's even better when you see it in action. Let's check out what Benn TK has done with this awesome new camera. We hope you enjoyed watching that as much as we enjoyed seeing it come together. We've scheduled some live streams with other local content creators so you can hear their experiences using the camera as well. Those will be coming up on our channel, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Locally, the Alpha 7S Mark III will be available online and through local retailers from early October. Finally, we want to share some big news about the Alpha Film Festival. Launching locally from 2021, the Alpha Film Festival will showcase the absolute best work done across Australia and New Zealand on Sony cameras. We'll have categories for fiction, non-fiction and music videos, and there will be some big prizes up for grabs. If that sounds like something that interests you, make sure you register your interest at the link below and you'll be the first to hear when we have more to share. Now we're going to go out on the behind the scenes from Benn TK's production. It's a great watch and really gives you a sense of what it's like to use this camera. Enjoy.
Okay, so tomorrow we're heading down the Great Ocean Road where we'll be filming with the Sony a7S III, and this is a camera that a lot of Sony users have been waiting for a long time. On this little trip, we're going to be testing this camera and pushing it to its full capabilities and really checking out everything that's new about this camera that makes it game-changing amongst the Sony Alpha range. I've had a few plays with it already, and I've got to say, I can't wait to get some footage out there and see what this thing can do. So we're filming a scene of Tara here in the forest, who plays Julia in the film. The Sony a7S III has eye tracking, so it can track the eyes and help a lot with autofocus, and it's really helping out just with portrait shots because the eyes are always in focus. That's the most important thing, having focus when doing portraits. So yeah, spot on, great feature. The new a7S III has a 5-axis stabilization in camera, and one really cool feature is the intelligent active steady shot, which crops in slightly to give you a very much improved stabilized image. We use this a lot and it really helped our handheld shots.
We're doing behind the scenes, we're getting the skimboarding scene, and we've got to time it well.
We've got all this water that keeps coming in the shallows here, so it's going to be alright for skimboarding. It's not the safest place, so we're going to be very careful. We're going to get some shots tracking myself on the skimboard, going perhaps in opposite directions, like the camera on the skimboard like this. We got 759 phase detection points, so this camera should be really, really great at autofocus, and now we're going to put it to the test. Skimboarding here at the beach was the perfect place to test out the 4K at 120 frames per second. And of course, what better way to test the 4K 120 with some epic skimboard stacks? These were real stacks. So we've been shooting all day out here in the sun, and the Sony a7S III has improved heat management, which means it shouldn't overheat. So far we've been shooting 4K 120 frames, 24 frames, and it's holding up. It's not overheating. It's amazing. Throughout visiting many destinations on this film trip, we came across a lot of locations that had overpowering sunlight and incredibly dark shadows. The worst kind of contrast conditions you could imagine. But with the Sony a7S III's 15 stock dynamic range, this wasn't an issue because in post we were able to bring everything back to where it should be. So we got a new tracking feature on this camera. You can basically tap where you want it to track and it will keep focus on that subject, which is super handy. Right now I'm going to be tracking Brian as he walks across the beach, just so I can get the right focus point. It's going to track him as he walks across, so let's have a look right now. The A7S III also now has a touch screen, so now we can shoot through the menu, and if I need to change from 120 frames per second to 24, I can do it almost like 3 times as fast. So the new Sony A7S III has a flip screen, which we've all been waiting for, and it's coming in handy right now for this monopod shot, because we can have it tilted down while we're kind of looking up like this with a monopod. So super handy, this thing here. Go up, and so you can just keep walking forward and hold it above those ferns.
The beauty of these lightweight Sony cameras, do things like this.
A7S III's got really good weather sealing, so I don't have to worry too much about it. Filming out in waterfalls and damp areas like this, it should be pretty tough. Should be able to handle the weather. This camera has dual card slots. It can take UHS-2 and CF Express Type A cards, so we never have to worry about running out of space on a big shoot. This place has got amazing greens everywhere, so it's a good chance to test out the 10-bit color that's in this camera, the 422 codec, which should give us some high quality with this crispy 4K as well. I'm really curious to see how this is going to turn out. It should be beautiful. One of the major updates of this camera was improved color science. So after we filmed in the forest, it was time to take the camera to the beach and film the oranges of the sunset. So it's just after 7 and we're heading down to this awesome waterfall. We just went there today during the day to film some shots. Now we're transitioning into the night scene, and rather than staying there 10 hours to wait for night, we've come and gone some lunch. Now we're heading back. It's been a big day. Really going to be testing out the Sony A7S III's low light capabilities and its ISO range and night autofocus. So it's going to be interesting to see how these shots come out. Filming the night scene here at this waterfall because the Sony A7S III has really good ISO range from 80 to 409,600. We should have no problem shooting here in the low light. We should get really good quality images without too much noise. Good low light is going to help us out with these night scenes and these high torch scenes. Alright, so Ben, what are we doing? Well, we're on our way back from our night shoot, and there is a grassy wall here just absolutely covered in glowworms. So we're using the Sony A7S III's ISO range to see if we can even get them, because it's 100% pitch black. The only light is from these glowworms, so we're at 6400.
Oh my god, look at that.
6400 ISO, and you can see the glowworms.
Let me get that.
Now we're at 160,000 ISO. Look at that, it's so crazy. So we've come down to the beach tonight for the
final scene of the film. It is super freezing right now. We have like 6 layers on each. And we're starting a nice little fire here on the beach, which will be the center of the scene. Everyone will be camping around the fire. And we have some dialogue we need to film. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a whole full sky of stars above us, which we're going to try capture on the Sony. The other night we were able to catch some glowworms on it, so we're hoping we can capture all the stars. That's how good its low light is. So it will be interesting. It's going to be a fun night.
Hey guys, my name's Benn TK. Thank you so much for checking out the behind the scenes of the Sony a7S III and how we filmed that little cinematic mashup. I've got to say, first impressions after using the a7 III for about 2 years, coming onto a7S III, I'm pretty blown away. The quality on this thing is insane. If we finally got some incredible colors, skin tones are great, 4K 120, and some incredible autofocus. Really stoked about this camera, and I'm sure like many of you, I'm definitely going to be running to the Sony store on launch and grabbing one of these. Thanks for watching guys, I'm Benn TK, peace out everybody.